Hi guys, Joey here with Joey's Scale Models, and today I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look at a new model kit that I bought here. And this model is from AMT, which is actually being reproduced by Round2Models. I'll tell you a little bit about Round2. Round2Models is a new company that has gotten a hold of all the old molds from all the model companies of the past that are no longer with us. For example, such as AMT, MPC, some of the plastic kits that Ertl used to make, all of those molds and all those companies are long gone. Well, Round2 got a hold of those molds and are reproducing models with those molds and then repackaging them in new packages and supplying them with new decals. So it's kind of neat. It's a little bit retro in a way. So here we have an AMT A-18 Hornet, and like I said, it's put out by Round2Models, which I believe is out of Indiana. This kit is certainly not a new kit in terms of the molds. This model as it is right here, though, is about a year or so old. I think this came out in 2011, maybe last year. It might have been 2012. But it's a nice little kit. It is 1/48 scale. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the box. The first thing you'll notice is you have two options for this model kit. You have a Marine Corps version that you can build here, or you can do a Navy version, and this F-18 is actually painted in a 1944-45 World War II paint scheme. And you might say to yourself, why is an F-18 painted like a World War II airplane? Well, this is actually a retro paint scheme called a heritage paint scheme that the Navy did to help celebrate the 100th anniversary of naval aviation. So what they did is they took a lot of their aircraft, many different aircraft, not just the F-18, and painted them in different paint schemes from different eras. Some of their airplanes are painted, I think they had an A6 or EA6 Prowler. It was painted in a Korean War version. They also had one that was in a Pearl Harbor version. And then you had some like this F-18 here that was during the war. So that's what this F-18 represents. It represents a heritage paint scheme from the 100th anniversary of naval aviation. Okay, taking a look at the other side of the box. Got a nice view here of a painting, again showing the two different decal options. The end of the box is pretty much the same. Just says F-18A Hornet. The other side's exactly the same. On the bottom of the box, you have a nice view of the parts trees. And then, of course, over here you got a little bit of information about AMT. And then your different languages, you got French, Italian, and so on and so forth, Spanish, German. And then, of course, you have your copyright disclaimer here for Boeing aircraft, because this airplane is a Boeing airplane. It's a McDonnell Douglas F-18. But Boeing did buy out MD, so you have to have the Boeing emblem on here. And like I said, there's Round2. This is the company that's doing this now. Okay, let's go ahead and open the box. Take a look inside. So here's the parts. One thing I noticed right away is the parts are all separately packaged in separate bags. That's nice. That helps protect them. But another thing I noticed right away is the detailing and quality is actually rather, I don't want to say cheap, but not quite to the standard that modern day models would be. That's okay. Remember, these are old kits that are being repackaged. So you're going to get that old retro feel in the types of molds and details that you're going to see with Round2Models. So here's the fuselage, some of the landing gears, intakes, and missiles. Here's the forward fuselage to the airplane, the nose cone right here, as well as the wings. And also you have the wheels and the turkey feathers for the exhaust cans. Here's another parched tree bag. This bag actually has two parched trees in it, whereas the others are all single. This one has the fuel tanks, wing pylons. Also has bombs, so I can put some bombs on there, and some of the landing gear details, and also the wheel wells. That's pretty nice. They are molded in white plastic. Here's the canopy, and the canopy is molded as two separate pieces, which is nice. So then you can model the airplane with the canopy open or the canopy closed. And now this is interesting. Here's the main wings, the top half of the airplane. And it's kind of interesting. They actually molded this in gray. And that's kind of neat, because if you don't feel like painting this model, I suppose you could have a white bottom with a gray top, which is indicative of the Navy aircraft from, say, the 1980s, where they had a gall gray top and a white bottom. So what Round 2 did here is, when they repackaged this AMT kit, they actually molded all the white plastic for the bottom half of the aircraft and gray plastic for the top half of the aircraft. That's pretty neat. I'll end up painting it anyways. Here we have a mail-in card to join the mailing list for Round 2 Models. I suppose if you wanted to get on their mailing list, you would fill this out and mail it in. You also can go to their website and probably do it online as well. I don't think I'll do that. Maybe I will. I don't know. This is neat. Here is a catalog for Round 2 Models, and it's for the 2011-2012 year. And this is pretty much what Round 2 puts out. And if I just take a look here, you see it's all the old AMT kits, all the old retro models, and in fact you have some modern models. There's a Dodge Challenger and a Camaro, but then you also have the old stuff too, like you have 1950s Chevrolet truck, you got some of the old packaging, the retro packaging. Here's some old semi-trucks from the, it looks like the 60s and 70s. And on the other side, yeah, you got a Ghostbusters ambulance there. That's kind of neat. And the Dukes of Hazzard cars. These are the old. I actually remember when these MPC kits were released for those Dukes of Hazzard cars. You have a, I believe that's a 125th scale, maybe 124th scale, and also a 1/16 scale. So that's pretty neat. Some of the Star Trek stuff. And this is a real nice kit. This is a retro kit from 1969. It's called Man in Space. AMT put it out. You get 5 different rockets with that. That's kind of neat. I actually have this kit. So with this F-18 model from Round 2, you get a nice little Round 2 catalog. Okay, here are the instructions. And the instructions are actually pretty nice. They're very well detailed. Lots of detailed descriptions for each of the parts. The construction is well thought out. The instructions do open up like a map, so they will cover a lot of space on your workbench. On the back side, you got real nice in-depth detail history of the F-18. It isn't just a short little brief paragraph. You actually have a story here, which I thought was pretty neat. And of course it's given in English, French, and Spanish. You have your color guide here for the paints. So the instructions are very nice. Here is the color guide and decal placement. This is for the Marine version here. And on the other side, this is for the Heritage paint scheme, the World War II Heritage paint scheme for the F-18. Again, celebrating the 100th anniversary of naval aviation. And of course, in the end, we have the decal sheet. And like most modern models, this decal sheet is protected by a wax paper covering, which I won't take off. I'll leave that on there. But you can see that you have the Marine version, and then the what would be the blue and white Heritage, World War II Heritage paint scheme version. I'm probably going to end up buying 2 of these kits and doing both. So again, here's the directions for the decals. And then down at the bottom it does say Boeing again. So that's pretty much it. This is the AMT, the new release of the AMT F-18 by Round 2 Models. It's a very nice kit. Again, the detailing doesn't stack up to what you would expect, but remember, this is an old model that's being redone. And so all in all, it's a pretty nice kit. Again, it's from Round 2 Models. You can find it at any hobby shop right now. It's a great little kit, and I really impressed with it. And with that, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and we'll see you soon.